Make it feel like it's the arcade when we're playing pixel out until the day breaks. We'll keep breaking down with something next to play. Things change, the score is rising as the screen fades. Ain't over when you stay. Now who's that saying they're the pinball wizard? He moves too slow with his grubby little fingers. Keep pressing buttons and see what gets triggered. I'll just smile and watch him reconsider again.
Wow, this is The Fight Guy. I'm Guy. UFC 318 wrapped up just a couple hours ago. Between 318 and 317, I'd say those are the best two pay-per-views of the year, let alone best cards of the year. Many reasons why 318 was amazing. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I mean, to start off the card, we had 6 straight finishes, 5 of them in the first round. Dustin Poirier got a proper retirement send-off. I've never seen anything like that. It was really wholesome. It was really special to see, especially if he was one of your favorite fighters, especially if you're from Louisiana or from New Orleans. It was amazing to see all of that. Max Holloway makes a statement. You know, he wins a decision against Poirier, shows he still has it in the lightweight division for another run. He looked really good as a lightweight. Other fighters, Paulo Costa, Michael Johnson, and others, a lot of people were selling stock in, made performances, made statements, solidified their UFC near-term future. So we're going to go ahead and break down this entire card. We're going to go fight by fight. We'll start with the very first fight on the prelims. Carly Judice took on Nicole Caliari. We had Carly Judice to win this fight via knockout. Nonetheless, Carly Judice is going to win this fight. Maybe a knockout. I mean, all of her wins have been knockouts so far. We said it, if you watch my prediction video, I nailed the predictions on this card, by the way. I went 10 for 4. 10 for 14, only missed 4, one of them on the prelims, and I nailed 4 methods, and this was one of them. We had Carly Judice to win this fight via knockout. She had a dirty knee in the third round. I'll add the clip right above my head, but she looked really good this fight. She just pieced apart Nicole everywhere on the feet. She controlled the pacing. She controlled the distance. She wanted a good separation. She'd go in and land some nice combinations, nice hard shots, and you could see it looking at the numbers here. She landed, for every 1 strike Nicole landed, more than 3, almost 4 strikes for every strike Nicole. She looked like Chucky's bride. Her face was lit up like a 4th of July. It was pretty crazy. Gnarly knee. We nailed that prediction, knew that was going to happen, so we move on. Next fight, Bruno Ferreira took on Jackson McVey. Jackson looked all right, but Bruno I knew was just going to be way too much for him. I did not expect the armbar finish. Was this what I'm thinking of? I think it was the beautiful armbar transition. I'm going to add the clip of the, well, I can't clip the beginning of the transition, but basically, you know, Bruno took him down very easily, took Jackson down, and he was trying to like lock up a arm triangle almost. He didn't get the arm triangle, then he locked like a Kimura grip and just jumped straight over for an armbar. It was really dirty. There's 14 fights in this card. It's 3 in the morning. I'm trying to recall this. It was a 7-hour card. This is the second fight on the card, and I can't believe I actually recalled that perfectly. He had an arm triangle on Jackson McVey. I've never seen this transition before. I really liked it. Then he was attacking the arm that he had inside of the arm triangle for a Kimura grip, and as soon as Jackson reacted, he just lifted over his head and cranked an armbar. Beautiful finish by Bruno. I had him knocking Jackson out, but I think I did say a submission was almost just as likely out of Bruno, so amazing. He gets his second win, second finish of the year, 2025. We move on to the third fight. Third straight finish, second straight finish in the first round. Ryan Spann took on Lucas Brzeski. He choked him out. I'm going to add the video here. It's pretty simple. Lucas was landing more shots on the feet, but this fight ended pretty quickly, just halfway through the first round. Ryan did go for another choke before the guillotine choke. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I'd have to rewatch it. But Ryan Spann makes a statement. I mean, finishing 9-7, Lucas Brzeski really solidifies your future in the UFC. Yeah, but you know, it was a big win for Ryan Spann. He was starting a spiral there, losing momentum, 2 in his last 5, I believe, and coming off of a knockout, I think. I can't remember clearly. It's late. Beautiful finish. I added the clip up there. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll stick and move here, fellas. We have a lot to cover. Next fight, Jimmy Crute took on Marcin Prachnio. Fourth fight, fourth straight finish. Another armbar. I thought it was 2 straight armbars in a row. I guess the guillotine was in the middle of him. My bad. Jimmy Crute had an armbar in Marcin Prachnio. I don't really remember it that clearly. It happened at the end of the first round, but see, it says Marcin was piecing Jimmy up, but I think Jimmy had decent control. Yeah, about 2 minutes of control time. So, yeah, Jimmy dominated the ground game, got an easy armbar. Marcin's not that good. Jimmy really needed this. He hasn't won a fight in his last 5 or 6 fights. He's won in his last 6 now. So, Jimmy Crute may still get cut from the UFC after this, but he actually looked good. So, would like to see him fight again and not look like ass or go to a boring decision. Adam Fugitt took on Islam Dulatov. This got performance of the night, I believe. Also, Carly Judice did get a performance bonus as well. I forgot to shout that out. Islam Dulatov looked really good. He was just piecing Adam Fugitt up, controlled everything this fight. Adam tried to initiate a grappling sequence once, and then I think he tried to do like a snatch single that didn't work at all. Islam, obviously, shocking to everybody's disbelief. Islam Dulatov, the German Muslim. I don't know if he's actually Muslim, but Islam was a better wrestler than Adam Fugitt, better grappler. Who saw that coming? Guy did. I think I called this via knockout as well. I don't know. I'll add the clips of what I nailed. We move on to the next fight. Gautier. This is one I nailed in my last video. Took on Robert Valentin. He was a heavy favorite, but I did call out a knockout. I think I might have said the first round knockout. Who is this again? Daniel Medina. This was the guy Bo Nickel finished, I believe, in the Contender Series. No, Zachary Reese, not Bo Nickel. Get those white boys mixed up, you know what I'm saying? Gautier, I think he's going to knock Robert Valentin out. I'm going to go with him to win this fight. Maybe the second round, but I'm pretty certain I said first round knockout. I'll add the clip up there of the finish. Gautier, just Robert Valentin looked really technical, like I said he would, landing a total of 2 strikes. Teba's strikes just looked like he was in 2 weight classes above Robert. I mean, he was just throwing cannonballs. It was inevitable. Robert Valentin had up his guard and everything. The shots were just going straight through, landing a lot of damage. Very impressive win. That's going to be the 7th total finish? Or has he finished all of his fights? I already forgot again. Yeah, okay, 7th finish. Look at me, man. I recall some shit. Great win for Gautier. Gautier, whatever. French people had to colonize Africa for some reason and give them their fucked up last names. We move on to the next fight. Still had a couple more left on the prelims. Francisco Prado took on Nikolai Veretennikov. This was the first fight I got wrong, the only fight I got wrong on the entire prelims. Francisco Prado looked really good. Go look back at what I said in my last video. Look, I'm not the most technical, analytical guy. I'm just somebody who trains grappling. All right, I'm in a gym where people are training mixed martial arts all the time, nonstop, almost every day a week. You know, I really love this stuff. I pay a lot of attention, but I'm not the most technical, oh man, this guy, he takes 2 steps forward every time he throws that left hook. It looks like, get the hell out of here. I know something special when I see it, and I know Francisco Prado was a really tough, durable guy. Most people probably would have went to sleep with some of the shots that Nikolai was landing on Francisco. Don't get me wrong, this was a very close fight. I gave it to Francisco Prado. Obviously, I was a little bit biased because I picked him, but I just call these fights as I see them live. Round 2 could have went either way, and apparently 2 judges gave round 2 to Nikolai. I'm not upset. I'm not screaming robbery. It was a very close fight where 1 or 2 significant strikes could have swayed the judge's opinion. But Francisco Prado, like I said, he's really tough. He's got a really durable chin. He could take a lot of shots without getting dropped. He's really. I hope they keep him. I hope they don't cut him. I think he's lost 3 in a row in the UFC. 3 in a row. Look at me, fucking killing it. Yeah, he's lost 3 in a row. I hope they keep him. He's really durable. He just needs to get a little bit better. We move on. This fight got fight of the night for some reason. I don't believe it should have, and I'll give you other fights that are better candidates of fight of the night than this one. But it was a really good fight. I think this was the 3rd best fight on the entire card. Marvin Vettori took on Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen in the first round had success wrestling Marvin Vettori, got some about a minute or so of control time. But I don't think he will be stopping this fight. I think he's going to win. I don't think he'll submit Marvin Vettori. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, honestly, if I saw Marvin Vettori get finished finally for the first time. But I think Brendan Allen will win this via decision. I'm going to go with Brendan Allen to win this fight. Attacked like a rear naked choke. He attacked some submission. And then he just struck with Marvin Vettori for the rest of the fight, outstriking him. You could see the numbers are a little bit closer than what it felt like, but it looked like Brendan Allen, he was pressing forward the entire fight on the feet after the grappling exchange in the first round. He was pressing Marvin Vettori to where he was just backing up the entire fight. And yeah, Marvin would land some counter shots, but Brendan Allen was the aggressor. It looked like, he was the intimidating force. He had the better grappling threat, better shots that were landing. It felt like he was doing more damage. I think 30-27 is probably the right score here, but I scored it 29-28 during my live polling on Twitter. But this was a great fight. I don't think it was fight of the night. I'll get into the other two that I think are better fights than this one, but it was a really entertaining fight. What's next for Marvin Vettori? I mean, he loses a decision against anybody, it seems like. Brendan Allen, his fight IQ is improving. I was pretty impressed. I didn't think it was wise to strike with him, but he outstruck Marvin Vettori, or he held his own. And Marvin Vettori is supposed to be the striker. Allen's supposed to be the grappler. So that was really impressive. Also said Brendan Allen would win a decision. So I was killing it on predictions, especially the methods. I was really impressed. I told you guys this card was very predictable. It's a very easy card to call. Another fight I called perfectly. I said Vinicius Oliveira would win a decision against Kyler Phillips. But Vinicius Oliveira, what we learned from him in his last fight and his ability to stay on his feet, his ability to have counter wrestling. I'm going to go with Vinicius Oliveira. I think he'll win a decision against Kyler Phillips, 29-28. This was a fun fight. Vinicius Oliveira was, in Kyler Phillips' face the entire fight. The first round, I gave it to, you could have given the first round to Kyler Phillips. He was doing really good evading Vinicius Oliveira. Oliveira could not get his timing on any of the strikes in the first round. Every time he went to lunge forward or throw a straight punch or throw a leg kick, Kyler would already be countering in his face and then backing up before Vinicius could really react. In the second round, it felt like Kyler lost a lot of that steam. He wasn't able to keep up that same pace, and Vinicius was starting to figure out his timing as well. So he was landing some really hard shots on Kyler. Not only did he outstrike him 2-1, but every strike that he landed just seemed like it hurt Kyler way more than Kyler's strikes hurt Vinicius. So this was still a really fun fight. Honestly, it was a great fight. Went exactly how I thought it would go. I said he had good counter wrestling, good wrestling, and he was able to use it to, control Kyler. It was a really good fight. Really good featured prelim fight. But we move on to the main card. This was the Fight Guys Bingo Card slot of the week. Michael Johnson took on Daniel Zellhuber. Michael Johnson got so much hate from everybody on Twitter. I'm going to toot my own horn for a minute here. This was the bingo card space, and I'll get into it at the end of the video. Michael Johnson was a 550 underdog, a plus 550. He looked really good against Daniel. Daniel looked bigger. He looked stronger. He looked faster in the beginning of the fight. But Michael Johnson's experience just weighed on Daniel as this fight went on. I had some notes written down, but I'm freestyling this stuff. I don't even care. Johnson looked really good. What was it that he was doing really well? He was ripping to the body really well. That's what it was. It was just a veteran move. He was 39 years old. Daniel's 26. This is when experience comes in. 71% of the time, fighters 7 years or younger win the fight. This is one of the times that brings that statistic down a bit. Michael Johnson just outclassed him. He went to the body a lot. You could see half of his significant strikes were to the body. He would just jab to the body, straight punch to the body, straight punch to the body, and then land a dirty combo on your head. He was setting it up perfectly. He had Daniel reacting to everything he was doing and bringing his guard down, and he just outclassed him. Veteran move. Daniel talked a whole lot of shit, and he got humbled. Really excited. Nobody else called Michael Johnson. Just real quick, this is why you shouldn't skip the prelims. I know this is the first fight in the main card, but thou shalt not skip the prelims. I tweeted that. Let me find something for you guys real quick. Right here. This is the competition I've done on Twitter. This is from Consensus Score. You guys should check them out. But I was the only person to pick Michael Johnson. You can see right here, the fight guy all the way on the right. So just wanted to toot my own horn for a second there. It was a great fight. I knew this would happen. We were nailing the methods. We were nailing the predictions, my guys. We move on to the next fight on the main card. Patricio Pitbull outclassed Dan Ige 29-28. It was a good fight. I was wrong. I thought Dan Ige would win this one. This was the second fight that I got wrong on the card. It was a great one, though. Patricio Pitbull was just able to get in the pocket, land more volume, and just control the pace on Dan Ige. Had critical takedowns in this fight that really secured crucial rounds for him. This was a 29-28 for Patricio Pitbull. There's no doubt about it. I think Dan Ige might have took the second round. If I'm recalling correctly, it was a closer round, but I gave it to Dan Ige. Patricio Pitbull just did everything better. He was better on the feet. He had really good takedown entries. I thought that Dan Ige's punches were going to hurt him a little bit more than they did. I thought it was going to kind of be like the Yair Rodriguez fight where Patricio Pitbull is on the back foot, not Dan Ige. So it was an impressive performance for Pitbull. He proves that he could hang in there with ranked guys, the best featherweights in the world in the UFC. So at 30, was he 38 years old? 38 years old. Oh, he just had a birthday. Just turned 38. Happy birthday, Patricio. Sorry about that, buddy. We move on to the next fight. Kevin Holland lost to Daniel Rodriguez. He almost got finished at one point in this fight. So did Daniel Rodriguez in the third round. It was very frustrating, but a very good fight. We got this one wrong as well. This was the third one that I got wrong on the entire card of 14 fights. I'm proud of myself. It was a good day. This was a great fight. Both guys landing 111 total strikes. This was a clear Daniel Rodriguez 29-28. He definitely took the first and third rounds. I think I gave Holland the second round as well. Both guys with a little bit of control time. Kevin Holland almost getting finished. Was it in the first round? I think it was in the second round. Or was it in the third round? I don't know. It was a long night. I'm emotionally distraught. This was a close fight. It was a really close fight. I'd like to see these guys run it back, honestly, at some point in the future. I know we might not get it. We probably won't get it. Kevin Holland, I don't know if he will be unranked now, but I think Daniel Rodriguez will now step up to rank 12 or 13. Very impressive run he's been on this year. He's already won 2 fights in 2025 after going on a little skid for a while. Right? He went on a skid. 2 fights in 2025. Yeah, he went on a 3-fight skid. Not that bad. Neil Magny, Gastelum, Gary. Okay, well, it's not that bad. Great win for Daniel Rodriguez. We got that one wrong. Kevin Holland will probably be fighting in 3 weeks at the Apex. You know what? We'll probably see Kevin Holland at UFC Nosh in September. He'll have the rest of this month, 10 days, August. That'll give him about a month and a half. That's a Kevin Holland layoff. He did take a lot of damage, so we'll see if he could be healthy for that. Great fight. We move on. Boys, I told you Paulo Costa would beat this Roman Kopylov scrub fraud ass. He's not a fraud, but you know, they think he's younger than he is. These guys are both 34 years old, I think. Paulo Costa looked amazing. This was the old Paulo Costa we saw. He landed, for every strike Roman Kopylov landed, Paulo Costa landed 2.5. His body kicks, the body kicks were the story of this fight. I don't think Roman Kopylov won a single round. I did go on the polls just to say I might be biased. Round 2 was close, so I'm going to give it to Roman just to be fair. But this was a 30-27 victory for Paulo Costa. It was pretty clear. He dominated the striking. There wasn't any. It says 13 seconds of control time. Maybe he dropped Roman. Yeah, he had a knockdown. Maybe that's where that came from. The body kicks were the story of this fight. He was ripping Roman Kopylov's body nonstop. You see 41 shots. Most of the significant strikes were the body than anywhere else. This is typical Paulo Costa. This is what he likes to do, and this is what he's good at. He's got really strong, nasty kicks, and that was kind of the story of the main event as well, in a different way, different type of kick. But yeah, it just ate up Roman Kopylov's gas tank, his confidence, his everything early on this fight, and Paulo Costa just took over. There were moments where I thought he was going to get Roman out of there as well, so another great fight. Something I wanted to point out before I get into the main event, which obviously was a decision. We had 6 straight finishes. We had a knee, armbar, guillotine, armbar, punches, punches, and then 8 straight decisions. So 6 straight finishes, then 8 straight decisions. All the finishes were back-to-back. All the decisions were back-to-back. This, before I get into the main event, I wanted to say real quick, the Kevin Holland, Daniel Rodriguez fight should have been fight of the night, in my opinion. This was fight of the night, and the second best fight of the night was Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier, then Arnold Allen, Marvin Vettori. But we're on the main event. Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier's retirement fight. It was a very dramatic fight. Max Holloway just doing what Max Holloway does best. He had way more volume for Dustin than Dustin had for Max. That's what a lot of people thought would happen this fight. I didn't think it wasn't going to happen. I just thought Dustin may have found Max's chin a couple more times, or I don't know what I thought. Look, man. Look, I got the Gilly shirt on. Dustin Poirier jumped the Gilly this fight. I'll add the clip, the picture, whatever I could find. But Max Holloway dominated this fight. In all honesty, I think he won 4 rounds. I need to rewatch the fight. Maybe he won 3 rounds, but he clearly won 3 rounds, possibly 4. I gave Dustin Poirier the second round. Max Holloway knocks Dustin, cracks him early in the first round. Dustin Poirier cracks Holloway in the second round. It was a close fight. Max Holloway wore a lot of damage on his face. He looked like Madonna was aging rapidly near the end of the 5th round, but this was a really good fight. We got a little bit of grappling exchanges I didn't think we'd see. We got the BMF Max Holloway pointing towards the center of the canvas with 10 seconds left. Is that a signature staple in the future? If you're fighting for the BMF title, you are obligated in the last 5 seconds, if that fight is going to decision, to stay in the middle and swing. I love that. That was really cool. It was a really cool feeling. It was a beautiful send-off. There's so much to say about this all, but we'll just start with the fight. Max Holloway looked really good. The story of the fight was him ripping Dustin Poirier's body with these kicks. I mean, you see that right there. Dustin landed 6 strikes to the body to Max Holloway's 64. Max Holloway landed literally 10 times as many strikes to the body, and it just shut Dustin Poirier down early, just kind of like what we saw with Paulo Costa doing to Roman Kopylov in the co-main event. But it wasn't a bad loss. I thought I would be destroyed if he lost or got, he didn't get knocked out. Neither guy got knocked out. I love them both. Dustin got, Max was really respectful in the post-fight interview. He said to his call out, if Ilya wants it, but it's in the UFC's hands, whoever they give me. It's all about Dustin Poirier. I want everybody to get loud for him. This is his night. Went over, congratulated him, got the crowd hyped up, and just gave all the attention to Dustin like he deserved. It was an amazing send-off. It was almost like a family member was going to Valhalla or some shit, just like getting sent off in a Viking funeral. It was weird. They had like 50 people of his closest friends and family in the octagon. They gave him like 10 minutes to go and just dab everybody up. He was dabbing everybody up in the stands on his walkout. They played Frank Sinatra or some classy music, a long 9-minute song while he did the slowest march of the Penguins walk out of the arena. But it was beautiful, man. It was an amazing event. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I'll get right into the bingo card. We had some changes, like I said. And before I do that, if you guys don't mind just giving me a thumbs up, please, it will help me out so much. I'm staying up. It's 3:15 in the morning right now. I got to get to bed. Wake up in the morning tomorrow. Subscribe. 3:15 in the morning, guys. Remember that. Subscribe to the YouTube if you're new. Predictions, breakdowns, fighter interviews. Do what I can every week, but let's get to the bingo card. Here's what we had. Going into UFC 318, all right, it was filling up pretty quickly. We did have a mouthpiece fly out, all right, but it wasn't during a knockout. Roman Kopylov's mouthpiece flew out in the second round. But what happened here was a plus 500 or greater underdog that I predicted Michael Johnson winning. So we cover up that space. And we move closer to me getting my ass kicked by a professional mixed martial arts fighter. This is the Fight Guy. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a thumbs up. I will see you next week when I break down the next card that's probably in an Apex somewhere.